like to recognize a particular individual that very few people may have heard about, who stood for integrity in the heart of a very, very dire situation. And sometimes I'm very much a patriot. I came back to live in Trinidad because I wanted to take the experience I learned from internationally to come and help develop Trinidad. I could have left, I could still leave, but like as Mr. Raku said, I'm staying here. I'm a Trinidad. But I think it's sometimes we need to honor and recognize certain individuals who did stand up for integrity, and there are people who do this. And without giving names, because I see the media say I'm very frightened that I might be misquoted. But in 1989, a gentleman by the name of Thomas Evans did a remarkable feat. He stood and he acted. He was the audit partner for a very big, large conglomerate. And in 1989, he refused to sign the accounts for that very large conglomerate. That conglomerate then fired that particular firm he worked for. Before that was before the Enron crash, before they had Sarbanes-Oxley, before they had rules with regards to how audit firms should be governed. That particular conglomerate contributed over 40% of the revenues for that particular audit firm annually. By him taking that stance, 40% of that firm's revenue was gone. That resulted in 3 or 4, not too sure if it was 3 or 4, partners having to leave the firm, and the firm going through some financial difficulty. I was not a partner at that point in time, but I knew it was difficult for the partners at that particular point in time. But he stood up and he stood firm and refused to sign the accounts. Another audit firm came in and took over the accounts and signed the accounts. The rest is history, how can infer who it was. What Mr. Ramji soon said is absolutely correct. In Trinidad, you're honored because you're rich, right? Nobody would, but he was very happy because he did the right thing. I'll go on to say that that particular firm is one of the largest firms in the Caribbean, right? As a testament to when you stand up to doing the right thing, you will benefit. I'll further go on to say that the chairman of that international firm globally called the then managing partner 2 years ago to say, you guys did the right thing at that point in time. And I knew it was a hard decision. It's a pity that Mr. Thomas Evans passed away. God rest his soul, that I could not deliver that message then. And I'd like to applaud him. If ever you have to think about something to justify in business, whether it's right or wrong, you're already in the gray area, right? AKA, you're already around the wrong part. Do not do it. Everything in life is a negotiation. Always attempt to achieve a win-win situation. Always understand the other party's perspective. Do it transparently, honestly. Not saying don't be smart, right? You have to be smart in business sometimes. Be prepared to walk away if you have to. Sometimes it's difficult. If you work for an organization and you do not believe in the ethical values, leave, right? Face the consequences. But many times, we feel we don't have a choice, but everyone has a choice. But we're frightened of the consequences. Do unto others as you have them do unto you, right? If you just know intuitively. I really believe that all humans are created good. They may do bad. Ethics is about the individual. As a leader, ethics is about building it into how we do, how we act, into our everyday business processes. Anybody who's unethical, we will fire you. Full stop. In the same breath, once you operate within our values, as we grow, you will grow. And we have taken local contractors throughout the industry, especially Southland, and grown. We've grown from 1,000, we've grown 3-4 in the last 3 years. We're international. Like Mr. Ravi soon, we just raising 16 million US internationally from a Hong Kong private equity fund from the UK, and we're about to list on it on a major stock exchange. I was not going to do that in Trinidad and Tobago for those same reasons, right? And the first question they ask you when you go to those international institutions is, what do you stand for? What are your value systems? And you have to prove to them otherwise.